Now, we talked about Jeanie and Jeezy yesterday. Apparently, the body cam footage that shows Jeannie Mai, and to me, I feel like this shit is misleading. Cam footage shows Jeannie Mai going off about Jeezy leaving her things in boxes and not letting her enter the house. I moved my whole life from LA to here. I had a baby here. I deserve a walkthrough. And I believe the walkthrough is in her paperwork. So I don't understand why this is such a hard thing for everybody. Y'all know how y'all get. I don't know why y'all have this response, but something needs to be studied about the way the Black community responds to Black men who enter into interracial marriages and relationships, because it seems as if y'all be mad at the women that they're with. It doesn't matter what they do, y'all are always mad at the women that they're with. And I'm not saying that Jeannie is not, a culprit of antagonizing him, whatever. Okay, like girl, I don't know what went on in them people's household. I don't know what went on in them people's marriage, but I know a lot about what Jeezy told us in his Nia Long interview. And just men like him, period. I imagine you thought you were going to be able to change and she was going to be docile and all of that stupid shit. And it just didn't work out that way, because Asian women usually are very dominant. Like, I don't know, I think a lot of Black people have misconceptions about other nationalities or other ethnicities of people. Because she's the same nationality, but other ethnicities of people. Like, you think you know what people are like based on how you view white people in stereotypes, but you really don't know people like that. And I think you felt like the image of her was something that you liked. Like, you Jeezy with, an Asian woman, Jeannie Mai, who is extremely successful and has really great contacts. Like, she's been in the business for a long time. She's always had a good reputation as far as her business is concerned. I don't know anything about her personal life, besides the fact that she was with that white man and she didn't want to have a baby with him, and then she broke up and divorced him, and then she turned around and married Jeezy and had a baby with Jeezy. And it just goes to show that sometimes women just don't want to have a baby with you. And he was real salty about that, so he was online talking shit at some point. But I'm like, you moved on and married and had kids with a whole nother woman. Why are you mad? Like, why are you still bothered? Obviously it wasn't meant for y'all to do that. The fuck. Either way, I'm not saying that Jeannie is not an asshole or whatever you want to say about her. Like, I'm not. And we about to watch the video, but I do feel like whenever the Black men and the white women break up or something happens, they have discord, anything, y'all go straight for the y'all go straight for the woman every time. The non-Black woman, y'all go for Black women every day. So that's not even y'all gonna go for the woman no matter what. And low key, I think the anger is based off the fact that he chose somebody that you feel like he shouldn't have chose. But essentially, why are you mad at her about his choice? He chose her. So why are you mad at her about it? You know what I'm saying? Either way, because I feel like Jeezy disrespected all of them other women he was with too. But okay, let's go ahead and get into it.
Make check on the furniture that you came with. Is that correct?
I want to do my walkthrough. That's the court order. Let me do my walkthrough. Okay. And what I'm personally checking for is my belongings. I moved my whole life from Los Angeles to here. I also had a baby here. I lived in this house. I decorated this whole house. So yes, I absolutely want to make sure that my things are taken with me as
in addition to what's packed up.
I want to make sure. I can't say for addition. You might be right. He might have packed everything for me, but I deserve a walkthrough because of court order. So that's what I'm here for.
Okay.
I'm not saying I'm going to, I might walk out empty handed. I just want to make sure that my house that I know is coming with me.
Okay.
And so it's leaving with just his house being his.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I can tell which items are in each box, which is fine. I just want you to know if it takes me a while, understand why. Because I can't point out.
I have all day. I mean, I know you probably don't have all day, but whatever it takes, just want to make sure.
I wish they would have let that clip play out, because I want to know what she was saying. Basically saying she wanted to do a walkthrough and get her stuff. So this is a comment I see often. Why she ain't do the walkthrough during the 21 days she had to get her stuff? If she would have done it then, she could have packed all her own stuff and knew what was in each box. If what y'all saying is true and she had a time frame and it lapsed and she showed up 6 months later, it's given she want to see what's what. And if so, I get it, baby. But I think y'all may be done, because men never initiate the divorce. They usually keep cheating, hoping you get tired. I don't see mice. Divorced more than 6 months ago, returns now for her precious things. Girl, beat it. I feel like 6 months is not that long. I feel like 6 months is not that long, especially if you consider somebody's work or travel, situation. Y'all know she travels for work. So she might have been over here for this month. Like I don't feel like it's that deep that because she didn't get it within this time frame, that's a good enough reason for anybody to be stopping her from doing the walkthrough and getting her shit and going. What 21 days? What difference does it make? Like, I don't understand why everybody keeps using that as a reason for what? Like, oh, she should have did it. Well, she didn't do it. And she's here now. And it's still her stuff. And it was still her house. So let her do the fucking walkthrough. Let her get her shit and get out. Now, the thing I do feel is like, why are you trying to look through the boxes in his garage? Why are you trying to do that, Jeannie? That sounds stupid to me. How about you just have them, you go through, do your walkthrough. If you don't see anything, you don't take anything. If you see something that you feel like is yours, take the shit. Okay? Take it. All right. The house manager will be able to, kind of, I guess, point out what was taken and all of that. Take pictures. And if she takes something she wasn't supposed to take, I'm sure he'll sue her. Okay. I'm sure he'll get up there, to the judge and say she stole something from my house. And then everybody will be upset at her. So yeah, like if she gonna steal something, just blast her like you always do. What's the big fucking deal? You're not even at the house. I bet you that's a house he don't even really live in all the time. Like that's the house they shared. He probably don't even live in that house no more. Probably live somewhere else right now. But either way, I don't give a fuck if she came late. And I don't know why. Like, that's what I was saying. If the court order is still valid, I don't, and I'm guessing the police showed up with her in order to enforce it. So obviously the court order must still be valid, regardless to whether it was 21 days later. Like, what difference does it make? Like, what is it? I mean, he has a house manager. He doesn't have to be there because he has a house manager. Also, a lot of times women don't want to deal with the men when they want to get their shit and go. Like they don't want to deal with him. They don't want to talk to him. They don't want to look at him. They just want to get their shit and go. That happens all the time because you don't know what type of relationship they might have. A lot of times women are in like, abusive relationships. I'm not saying that's their situation, but I mean, she alleges that. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, I don't see an issue with her coming with police with a court order to collect her shit and go. The only thing I feel like is why you trying to sit in his garage and look through shit. Girl, walk through the house, see if you're missing anything. Tell him to pack all them boxes up, take that shit to where you going, and then you can look through it once you get it to where you going. Okay, go put it in a storage unit or some shit. But at the end of the day, like if she called the police because they were, yes, exactly. She called the police because they were not allowing her to come in because Jeezy felt like she ain't come when she was supposed to come. So don't let her in. The court order says that she can still come and get her shit because the police came with her. The police came with her with the court order saying, let the lady get her shit. So at the end of the day, I don't know why it's even a conversation. I don't even understand why this is a big deal. Bondi, you talking to people who ain't married or got ish to divide. I feel like people don't recognize how often men act like complete and utter assholes in these situations. And I know he's the one that filed for divorce, but that doesn't change the fact that a lot of the times men are just vindictive as fuck in these situations. Especially if they're a certain type of man, they are vindictive and they want to make it hard and they want to, stick it to you at every turn. Like to me, her being late is not a good enough reason for all of this. Let her get her shit and go. What is the problem? What is the problem? So yeah, I'm sorry. Y'all are never gonna convince me that she was wrong or whatever. Let her get her shit and go. The fuck? Yeah, she did. She did say, that there were times. And then I think she felt like because of his alcoholism too. That was another thing. I don't know if she said he actually, because there was an instance where she said something happened, but what I remember on my mind is fresh is when they were in that golf cart and he was drunk and it seemed as if he might have either purposefully crashed the shit to hurt her or, he just crashed it, but she ended up getting real banged up from that crash. And then, he apologized to her and all of that. But yeah, no, he seems like the type that would try to find very inventive ways to hurt you so that he wouldn't be held accountable or responsible for it. Oh, it was an accident. Yeah, okay. Okay, sure. I'm sorry, y'all. I think Jeezy is one of the worst. Okay, she might be too, but he is. And there's no y'all are not gonna make me feel like, oh, she's no victim. She's not. He's still an asshole. He's still an asshole. I do not care.